Yeah, okay. So welcome to New York Buddha Dharma, everyone. To those people who are here for the first time, Catherine. My name is CT Tamura, and what I want to do is guide us through a meditation for probably the first 15 minutes or so. I'm going to do a little bit of relaxation, a body scan, and then just talk a little bit about technique, and then we'll probably the last 10 or 15 minutes just sit and practice the technique. Okay, so first is just quick check-in with posture. You want to do an upright, comfortable position. If you're sitting on a cushion, this means a straight back, typically with your legs crossed. I like the Zen novice posture that a lot of you guys are in, where you actually have your legs crossed, but your shins are sort of on the floor. I think that the most important thing with posture here is just that it's comfortable, right? We want, ideally, your knees are slightly below your hips, and that allows you to have an upright back and be able to sit without moving for 20 minutes or longer, 30, 40 minutes. So part of that is comfort. The other thing is you can kind of drop your arms by your sides and then just lift them up and place them on your thighs. Okay? And what we're going to do here is we're going to, if you're sitting, let me just add, if you're sitting on a chair, you want your feet flat on the floor. I may have a tendency to cross mine, but I'm going to try and keep them straight. I'm going to do a body scan with us. We're going to go through the body and just kind of relax it. And one of the things we're doing with this technique is we're kind of checking in with our sense of touch and feel to ground us to the present, to kind of anchor us to the present. So the other part of the technique is, a very common technique is to focus on the breath as a way to keep us present and anchor us into the present. And we'll get to that a little bit later, but let's start with the body and checking in with the body and seeing how that feels in the present. So I'm going to ask you to start with your eyes closed and bring your attention to the top of your head. And just at the crown of your head, just see if there is any relaxation or any sense of letting go you can find. Bring your attention slowly down from the top of your head, maybe into your forehead. I tend to find in our forehead that kind of leads into our brows. We keep a lot of tension from our day. Sometimes we furrow our brows. See if you can let that go. Relax your brows, your forehead. And keep moving down. Place your attention on the temples. We don't place a lot of attention on relaxing our temples. Maybe you can just focus a little bit there. See if there's anything to relax or let go of. Move down into the eyes. See if you can relax your eyes and your eye sockets. Part of the thing here is we're just trying to notice places where we're holding tension and let it go. So keep going. Moving down your head. Maybe checking in with your ears and your nose. Maybe you could feel the breath for just a second here at the nose. Notice the breath coming in and out through the nose and the feeling that you get when you focus on the breath there. And then keep moving your attention down, maybe into your jaw. Notice if your teeth are clenched. Maybe you can relax the jaw a little bit. Keep moving your attention down into your lips and your mouth and your tongue. What's your tongue doing? Is it cleaved to the roof of your mouth? If it is, maybe let it go. Relax it. Your mouth can be open, your lips together or apart, whatever's comfortable. Again, see where you can find Any tension that you've been holding, and let it go. Move your attention to the back of your throat. Maybe notice the feeling of the breath there. What does it actually feel like to feel the breath moving through your throat? And while you're there, see if there's any opening or relaxing you can do of your throat. Check in with your neck, the back of your neck. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck going down into our shoulders, our traps. See if you can relax those a little bit. And moving down into your shoulders, check in with your posture here. See if there's a way to maybe pull your shoulders back just a little bit. And maybe a sense of thrusting your chest forward ever so slightly. And with that posture change, you may also notice a little more spaciousness in the chest. A little more room for breath. Maybe your organs don't feel quite so scrunched up from hunching over a computer all day. Try and make sure that those shoulders are back and relaxed and down. And bring your attention down into your chest. Your upper chest and your mid-chest, your sternum. And maybe pause here for a moment and notice the feeling of the breath and the movement of the chest here. Just for a couple breaths. Maybe you notice the feeling of your chest expanding with the breath. Maybe you notice the feeling of your clothes as your chest moves. I'm not trying to do anything about it. We're just trying to notice it. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Deep breath in, and a big breath out. 2 more. Big breath in, and a big breath out. 3rd breath all the way in, and all the way out. Keep going with the breath out. And let your breathing return to normal. Just notice it. You don't have to do anything to it now. And maybe bring your attention slowly farther down into your diaphragm and your belly, your sides. And maybe notice the movement of the belly and the diaphragm there as you breathe as well. We hold a lot of tension in our bellies. See if you can seek that tension out and just let it go. Is there a sense of relaxation that you can bring to your sides? I tend to find that as I let go of the tension I'm holding in my belly, it's almost as if I settle into my seat even more. A sense of greater weight as I relax into this posture. And keep bringing your attention down into your groin and your butt and out into your hips. Is there any tension being held there? Especially if you're cross-legged, you might find that you're holding your legs and your thighs, and that creates tension around the hips. See if you can let that go. keep moving down through your body, into your thighs, to your hands. Maybe they're resting on your thighs. Just notice them. Are they relaxed? Are the fingers spread? Are they together? Do you feel the heat of your fingers on your thighs? And keep moving down into the knees, into your calves and shins, down into the ankles. Check in with your feet. We kind of walk around on our feet all day and don't pay a lot of attention to them. Now's a good time to check in. When's the last time you actually focused your attention on your Achilles or onto the soles of your feet, the arches? You can even give your toes a little wiggle, check in with them. One of the things you may notice is that as you relax your body, as you go through this kind of body scan and relax your body, you may also have a little bit of a relaxation of your mind as well. These things are reflexive. When we run around through our days and carry tension, or tension builds in our mind, then it often shows up in our bodies. So as we relax our mind, we're able to relax our bodies, and vice versa. As we relax our bodies, our minds tend to want to follow suit. And part of the way that this works is that we've stopped thinking about whatever we have to do in the future or however our days went so far. And we're just focusing on the present. And in this case, using our sense of touch and feel to inform us about what's going on in the present. Certainly the present for us right now. And as you're ready, slowly open your eyes, gently, and keep your gaze down about 4 to 6 feet on the floor in front of you. And see if you can kind of just allow your sight to be. Try not to describe to yourself everything that you're seeing. Just kind of allow your sight to come in. Just like with focusing on our body, we can use our other senses to keep us present. Sight is one of those things. And you may notice yourself getting distracted at certain points, thinking about something. And when you do, just notice it, let the thought go, and bring your attention back to what you're seeing. Or what your body is feeling. There's a lot of information here that the present holds for us to discover, as long as we're not being distracted by our thoughts. See if you can experience that information through your senses. Let's just sit for a couple minutes. And as your mind wanders, just notice that it's wandering. Let go of whatever you're thinking about and bring your attention back to the present, back to your sight, back to the feel of your body. And just in the same way that we've been using our sense of the body and our vision to ground us to the present, maybe shift your attention a little bit to your hearing. This kind of meditation is all inclusive. It includes everything that we are seeing, everything that our body is feeling, everything that we're hearing at any given moment. A lot of times people are sitting there thinking, and I've had this corroborated, when will CT stop talking? I'm trying to meditate. And the idea here is not to block anything out. You're not trying to focus in on something at the exclusion of what's going on around you. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You're trying to open your awareness and allow the present to come in. That's why we sit with our eyes open. That's why we check in with our body. And that's why we listen with our ears. And again, the instruction is the same. Try and allow your ears to just hear what's going on without latching onto it, defining things, running off, telling stories about what you're hearing. Just keep your ears open. And when you notice yourself getting distracted, bring your attention back to your hearing, back to your sight, back to your feeling. And finally, place a little bit of attention on your breath. Let's say 25% of your attention onto your breath as you sit. And try and allow the rest of your awareness, the rest of your attention to rest in the space in just exactly the same way we've just been doing it. It actually takes practice to be aware of what our senses are telling us at any given moment, especially more than one at the same time. So this is the opportunity to do that practice. A light attention on the breath and the rest of your attention on the space in front of you, all around you. And for the remainder of the meditation, when you notice that you've started to think about something else, you've started to tell yourself some stories about your future or your past, or stories about things that are happening now, or imagination starts to crop up, Just notice that you're doing it, let it go, and bring your attention back to the breath and back to the present. And remember that everything that happens, everything that you're experiencing is actually a teacher of sorts that is saying, hey, pay attention to me. I'm in the present. Whether that's your breath, whether that's the sound of my voice, the sound of an AC or a door, all these things are giving you the opportunity to be present. So use them that way. Okay, and as you're ready, you can relax your posture and maybe bring your attention to the other folks in the room. Say hello. Very typically, we end these kinds of sits with the chime of a bell. And to me, sometimes that feels like it's time to stop meditating. It's time, you don't have to be aware anymore. And I kind of like the rolling end to the meditation where we kind of try to bring the awareness that we've been cultivating into whatever we're doing next. So no bell. So, Phil, if you wouldn't mind stopping it and then starting again, that would be great.